Hey guys, this is Miss Silva. Hope you guys are doing well. And today we'll be talking about goal setting, specifically on how to set SMART goals. As you guys know, in middle school and in life in general, we have a ton of things to do, and goal setting is just a great way to break things down, focus on what we're trying to get done, and get to our end result faster. Setting goals is also a great way to break things down so you are not so overwhelmed or feeling so overwhelmed. So today we're going to be doing a few things. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to practice a mindfulness moment. That's how we're going to start off. Then we're going to be talking about what are goals specifically, and we will be discussing what are SMART goals. I will also get a chance to talk about how to write SMART goals, and I will show you how to write SMART goals compared to just general goals. And then we'll discuss a little bit what the next steps are in goal setting once you have written your SMART goal. So we're going to start off with a mindfulness activity. This is an activity that you can definitely use at any time in the day. On here it says mindful morning, but this is just another way to get you grounded, relax, and in the present. We're going to start off by taking 5 deep breaths. Then we're going to list 4 things that we notice around us. We're also going to list 3 things that we're grateful for. We are going to say 2 positive self-talk statements, and then we're going to end with naming 1 thing that we're looking forward to in the week. This again is something that you can do to get relaxed and get focused to start whatever activity you might be doing in the moment. So we're going to start off with 5 deep breaths. Inhale, hold it in, and exhale. And do that 4 more times. Inhale, exhale. Two more times. Inhale. All right. And the next thing we're going to do is list 4 things that we noticed around us. And right now I'm in my son's room, and I am noticing pictures. I'm noticing some of his favorite books. I'm also noticing my son's guitar, which he likes to play, and also his favorite childhood teddy bear, which he loves. So that's kind of getting me in the moment, in the present. Now, 3 things I am grateful for myself would be my family, my home, and definitely technology lately so I can communicate with everyone out there while I'm in here. 2 positive self-talk statements that I tell myself and say to myself recently would be, I'm going to get my work done today. I tend to say that, whatever it might be, I tend to say that every day. Just to get motivated. And also, one of my other favorite positive self-talk statements is, I am strong, I am resilient, I can do this. And finally, one thing that I am looking forward to is this week on Friday. I'm looking forward to seeing some of our families and some of the kids. I'm distributing some food bags. So I am super excited to be able to get out and help some of our families out. And that is one thing that I'm looking forward to doing. And again, this is something that you can do at any moment in the day. Another way to get focused and be in the present and get grounded before starting off whatever assignment you're about to do. So we're going to start talking about goals in general. I want to start off by talking about what exactly is a goal. A goal, the definition of a goal, is something that you would like to achieve, something that you would like to accomplish or get done. And the purpose of setting goals is to give you a little bit more direction, to keep you focused on where you want to end up so you can finally get to that end result. People make goals for a ton of different things, which includes school and their education. They also make goals for, like, personal goals for, to improve their attitude. They make goals in regards to hobbies or sports, maybe something they would like to get done in that area. So there are definitely a lot of different types of goals that you can make for yourself as you're starting to think about goal setting. So here are some of the reasons why setting goals is so important and so helpful. One of the reasons is that it definitely impacts and changes your behavior. It helps you focus and be focused a little bit more as you're working towards this goal. It definitely motivates you or keeps you motivated. That's one of the things that goal setting really helps with. Helps you figure out what is important to you. You figure out like what you're prioritizing. You end up just through goal setting, figuring out what is it that you feel is important for yourself. And one of the biggest and most important things is that goal setting and setting goals for yourself definitely helps you become more responsible for yourself and your future. And so this is on you, your own responsibility. And so it develops that within you. And as we're talking about setting goals, one of the things that you definitely can see on this slide is we are setting SMART goals. And there is a difference between just regular goals and SMART goals. And so we're going to talk a little bit about what exactly is considered a SMART goal. So when we're talking about a SMART goal or setting a SMART goal, we are talking about a goal that is specific, that is measurable, attainable, relevant, and definitely has a time frame. So we're going to start off kind of explaining the specific part. Now, the specific part is important. It has to be definitely very detailed, not too general, so you know exactly what you need to do and what you want to do. When we talk about measurable, a measurable goal, it's something that can be tracked. How will you know when you have reached this goal? When we are talking about attainable, we are talking about your goal being realistic. Do you have the tools and resources to attain it? Is it in your power to accomplish it? These are all important things you have to consider. Relevant, is it relevant to your life? Is it something that's just important to you? And finally, the time frame or time bound. When do you want to accomplish this goal by? You definitely want to make sure that you include that when you're writing a goal. And if you're able to include all of these things, you are making a SMART goal or writing a SMART goal versus just a regular goal. Okay, so in this next part, what we're going to go over is I'm actually going to show you the difference between writing just a general goal versus a SMART goal. And I'm going to show you how you can write those goals so that they could be more specific, they can be measurable, attainable, relevant or realistic, and have a time frame. So we're going to start off with a very simple goal. In this particular case, I want to be nicer would be the goal. And obviously, I want to be nicer is not specific enough. So let's see how we can make this more specific in order to make it a SMART goal. Okay, so that specific goal, in order to make it a SMART goal, we would say, I want to say hi to more people instead of just I want to be nicer. So it's definitely more specific. So we're going to look at, is it measurable? Is this particular goal measurable? Obviously, I want to be nicer does not help us figure out how we're going to measure this goal. So let's see how we can make this goal measurable. So as you can see, we've made it definitely measurable. Not only have we made it specific by saying that in order for us to be nicer, we're going to say hi, but now we're going to say hi to 5 people. So that's very specific, but also definitely something that we can measure. Now we know that if we are able to say hi to 5 people, we have achieved our goal. So is this goal attainable? I want to say hi to 1 million people. This is what we're talking about, realistic. And you know, is this goal definitely realistic? And you know, saying hi to 1 million people is definitely something that might not be realistic. So in order to make it realistic, we just made a few changes. Instead of saying I want to say hi to 1 million people, we can say I want to say hi to 5 new people. That's definitely something that you can realistically do on a daily basis. So when we talk about if a goal is it relevant to your life? Is it important to your life? For example, this particular goal says, I want to meet 4 mongooses. I don't know of anyone who would be wanting to meet 4 mongooses or if that is particularly relevant. Let's see how we can change it up to make this particular goal relevant. Now this looks like a more relevant goal. I want to make 3 new friends. This is something that most folks definitely would be interested in. And it definitely has something to do with everyday life. So it's definitely a relevant goal. Finally, let's talk about time oriented. Is this goal time oriented? I want to make new friends. Does it tell us when do we want to accomplish this goal by? And I don't think that this particular goal tells us that. So how can we change this goal to make it more time oriented? And this is what we're talking about, making a goal more time oriented. This particular goal says, I want to make 3 new friends this semester. This tells us by when do we want to make 3 new friends by. And we can definitely measure that. That's something that tells us the time frame that we want to accomplish this goal by. So now that we've gotten a little practice in figuring out what makes a goal a smart goal or not, if it's specific enough, measurable enough, attainable, relevant, and time bound or has a time frame, I'm going to give you a couple of examples, and I want to see if you're able to figure out which is a SMART goal, or if this particular goal is a SMART goal or not. I want to get more sleep. Would you consider this a SMART goal or not? I want to get more sleep. So let's see if it checks off all of our areas. It checks off measurable, it checks off attainable, and it checks off relevant. But what it does not check off is specific. Is this goal specific enough? Or does it have a time frame? I want to get more sleep. So how can we change this goal to make it a SMART goal? How about if we change it to, I want to get 8 hours of sleep? Does that make it a SMART goal completely or not? Well, let's take a look. I want to get 8 hours of sleep definitely changes the specific part and makes it definitely more specific, but it still does not give us a time frame of how we are going to accomplish it by. So if we change it to, I want to get 8 hours of sleep on school nights this semester, does this make it a SMART goal? Yes, I want to get 8 hours of sleep on school nights this semester. Checks off all of our areas. It's specific enough, it's definitely measurable, it's attainable, it's realistic, and there's actually a time frame which would be during the semester. So as you can see, it does take a little bit more time to create a SMART goal, but we definitely want to make it as specific as possible, just so that it's not only motivating for us, but we know exactly what needs to get done in order for us to accomplish it. So you've set the SMART goal for yourself. Now what? I think it's super important that, yes, setting the goal and writing the goal is important, but then you have to make a plan. What are you going to do in order to accomplish this goal? Are you going to, you have to write out 1 or 2 things that you're going to do. You have to make a plan. And then you got to get to work. The hard part is putting in the work and sticking to it. But if you're able to put in the work and you're able to stick to it, you eventually are going to be able to reach your goal, which is what we want. Just remember that, making goals for ourselves takes time. And we really, really have to stick to it and have to be consistent in order to be successful. I love this meme. You've got this, and you really do. Just a couple of reminders before you go ahead and get started on making some SMART goals. You want to make sure that you don't choose too many goals at the same time. I would recommend 1 or 2 goals, maybe 3, but you definitely don't want to write out too many goals because then you're going to overwhelm yourself. Also, focus on your own goals and don't compare your goals to other people's goals. This is something that we tend to do a lot because you might be working on something completely different. You're a different person. And so really this is more of a personal thing and it is just for you. And don't give up. It's super important that even though you're going to have some good days, some bad days, maybe some days where you're able to achieve your goal or work towards your goal, some days where you're just not going to be able to, follow that plan. You don't want to give up. You want to keep trying until you eventually are able to reach that goal. Again, if you have any questions about SMART goals, about setting goals, maybe you have a question about what specific goals should you set for yourselves, reach out to me. You can text me and you can also reach me on Instagram if you have any questions. Well, I hope this was helpful and you have a better understanding of what SMART goal setting is. But again, if you have any questions, reach out to me. and I will be talking to you guys very soon. Bye.